Guys, in this video, we're going to take a few minutes to look at the My Medic TFAK kit. This is a kit that was recently sent out to me by My Medic, and I wanted to look at it, go over a few things with it, tell you some of the things I like and don't like about it. But before we get started, guys, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, ring that notification bell, share the video as well. It really helps to overcome some of the shadow banning of this kind of content. And full disclosure, guys, as I had mentioned, My Medic did send this out to me. This is a very sizable kit. Again, this is a TFAK. I will leave a link down below this video, so go over and check it out. Their website is very handy. It does give you a lot of information about the various kits that they have. Tells you a lot about the contents of each of the kits, but what we're going to do now is simply open this up and go through it. Of course, one of the first things that you'll notice on the outside of this kit is the RATS tourniquet. This is a point of debate for a lot of folks, you know, between the rats, the cat, the soft T, and all that. My personal preference is a cat tourniquet, but at the same time, I'm going to leave this on this kit. I'm not going to be replacing it, but I will be adding a cat tourniquet to this. And of course, you can get both from My Medic's website. This is a little, comes in a holder that's Velcroed to this kit. You can just grab that and go with it if necessary. And the kit itself, if you have this latched into some MOLLE or whatever, again, it does pull away. Okay, you can pull this kit off, take it wherever you need it to be. If you have this in a vehicle, in another bag, or wherever, this can be easily removed and taken with you. Now that we have the outside of it, it does have a tearaway style opening where you can just grip it and just rip it open to where all of your contents are right in front of you. Up top, you're going to see here some of the things that you would quickly want to get to is the gloves. I like how they have that organized. Literally, that very top thing, as soon as you open it, is one of the first things you're going to need is gloves. And of course, whenever you're talking about first aid and trying to help someone else, what you've got to remember is scene safety. You've got to learn to protect yourself. You know, there's bodily fluids involved. If someone else is hurt, you do not want to become a victim yourself. So protect yourself. Use that safety equipment. Protect yourself with gloves or whatever you need to be. Make sure your environment's safe if you go to help someone else. And there's a lot of stuff in here, guys. It is packed full. Of course, as I mentioned, you have the gloves. We have a sterile wash here. We'll just set that aside. I'm just going to continue to go through this. We have a little kit here that has a pen, as well as some other tools in it as well. Comes with a pen light. I'm just going to go ahead and open this, because if you are ever in a situation, guys, I suggest strongly that you stage your equipment. You can see where I'm fumbling around with this now and trying to get this open. It does have a, I guess you could say, a little bit of a seal on it or whatever. Stage your stuff to where you can get to it quickly and the way that you would need it. I do have a whistle, I do have a pen light, so that is all some very handy stuff to have in an emergency situation. So we're going to set that aside. Comes with a pair of tweezers, you know, if you got to remove a splinter or something. And of course, we have some of the quick clot bleeding control dressing. Now this is a small patch, a small pack of it, you know, depending on what type of wound that you are trying to deal with. This might not be enough depending on the wound. So I would strongly suggest that you might want to upgrade, get a couple of extras of these, you know, to have with you. We also have pressure bandage. You can see that. I'm not going to open these up because these are actually going to become part of my kit. I'm actually going to be putting these in my EDC bag. This whole outfit here is literally going inside my bag, and I'm going to be adding a few things to it that we're going to look at here shortly. You do get a Sharpie. You need to make a note on something. You need to write down the time. You do get some more gauze, compression gauze if you need to do some wound packing or something like that. We do have a face shield to protect yourself in the event of, you know, trying to give someone CPR. You do want to protect yourself, as I mentioned earlier, just like that. That way you can have a barrier, because there again, depending on what the issue is, depending on what the cause of the collapse is. Again, you do not want to injure yourself. You want to make sure that you protect yourself. For example, if someone is down because of drug related, if someone has some type of I just say it, guys, there's some nasty folks out there. You really want to put your lips on their mouth. You know, something like this can help keep you safe and make it to where you will go home safe to your family instead of becoming a victim yourself. Now let's just keep going through to see what else we have in here. We have a space blanket. If you are dealing with a wound, sometimes, you know, you definitely need to keep that patient warm. Most of these are reflective. I assume this one is also, which means it could be used for signaling in an emergency as well. Let's get into these Zippets. Okay, these are a handy wound closing thing. You know, you get a good gash, you can use something like this to close a wound to help someone get, you know, stop that bleeding, wrap them up until you can get them to further care. And there again, guys, this kit is not something that you are going to basically fix someone and send them on their way. What you want to do in an emergency situation is you want to try to help sustain someone until they get to a higher level of care. Okay, that is the goal of first aid. The airway, okay, if you have someone that you need to open the airway, and guys, and I'm sure that you guys have seen these before, but there again, you put this down the nose. This is, let's see what size this one is. Okay, you can see it there as far as the size, you know, the 28. That's a standard size depending on what the problem is. That way it can kind of help give you an airway or help get the airway open for someone to help breathing depending on what the problem is. Of course, I know we got some chest seals in here, and this is something that I don't think is talked about enough. Everybody talks about tourniquets. Tourniquets are the one thing that there is so much attention focused on that we do not talk enough about chest seals. And I wanted to take a minute to talk about why that is. For the most part, in dealing with a tourniquet, a patient that needs a tourniquet, the extremities, and a lot of that comes from in the military and things like that, to where a lot of those times around the chest area, the torso, these guys are wearing body armor. They're wearing plate carriers. So a lot of the injuries that they would sustain would be in the extremities. If we're in a situation to where if it has been an active shooter, there again, it could be a car wreck, something as simple as a car wreck or anything, you know, a farm accident or whatever, that causes a puncture of the chest area, of the abdominal area, especially the chest area. Something like this can help save a life. Okay, a chest seal can help someone. You close that off, especially you hear that sucking chest sound. This right here is something that can help, because there again, if you hear a sucking chest wound, and I know it sounds a little grotesque, guys, but it's the reality. A sucking chest wound, that's someone that is not getting air into their lungs. Okay, that's someone that is going to have a hard time, and this can help to save that person's life. That can help to sustain them until you can get them to proper care. Okay, and it comes with 2 of them. That's something that I really like to see. Okay, just because you see a wound on the front, there again, you may have an exit wound depending on what it is on the back that you need to cover both, and that's what you have here. Now you can get these bags in different colors. Of course, this one is the black, which is perfectly fine with me. Like I say, it's going to be inside there, and of course I like having that across the front. It's an indication that this is a med pack. Now, I want to take a minute to tell you about a couple of the things that I will be adding to this kit. First thing that I'm going to be adding is going to be a cat tourniquet. Now, this is not a cat tourniquet. My real cat tourniquet is actually over there. This is one of the tourniquets that I use for teaching first aid. This is just a training tourniquet. We may get into some of the differences in a future video, but this is not one that I would consider to be high quality enough to save someone's life. That's why I use these for training, okay? A real cat tourniquet, and again, guys, you can get them straight from the My Medic website, link down below. This is something that I will be adding to my kit. Of course, I'm not going to leave it in a bag. I will take it out of the bag, stage it, and then probably take some rubber bands or something and just lace it onto here. That's one of the things. The other thing that I'm going to add is an additional face shield. And the reason that I want to add an additional face shield in the event of giving someone CPR, if there is more than one rescuer, you may want to not use the same face shield as someone else. If you are there trying to sustain someone for a long period of time, I promise you, you are going to get winded and you are going to look for some relief. Having a backup, having another face shield that can give an additional person a little protection can help you, the patient and whoever is helping you, okay? So just something this simple, and of course having that ring there again, I can just easily just connect it right onto this pack, and that's something that I'll be doing. The other thing that I will be doing is adding an Israeli bandage. Yes, the compression is already there, but I'm going to add this into the kit as well. Something like this, you never know depending on what you're dealing with. This emergency compression is going to help save a life. So having a little bit extra, and there again guys, I can simply put this literally right here. I'll show you just how easy this is, because guys, this is going to be on one of my packs. I could literally just put this here. It's going to be inside one of my packs. It's not necessarily going to be laced to it. It's literally going to be an EDC. And simply taking this and just snapping that there and just having an additional bandage. And yes guys, it can be done different ways, but if you are just getting started and you need to build out your kit, buying something like this can get you started, and then you can pick up oddball stuff as you go. And even, you know, you could buy from them, you could build your own kit from everything off of their website. But if you are going to build any kind of a first aid kit, a trauma kit, or whatever, use good stuff. Don't use the cheap stuff. As I mentioned earlier, something like this, yeah, they're cheap, but at the same time, someone's life could depend on this. That's why I just use these for training. They function the same way as a regular cat. They just do not have that quality. You can break these very easily compared to a cat. But guys, this is just a quick video that I wanted to do. Just a quick unboxing, I guess you could say, to show this to you. I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. What would you add to this kit? Is there some stuff in here that you would take away? Another thing that I would definitely add to this kit is a set of shears, okay? Because that was something that I do not see in this kit, is a set of shears. If I'm overlooking them or not. But anyways guys, of course I do have a set of shears in one of my other kits that's actually in the bag already, but that is something that does not come with this one. But guys, just a quick unboxing video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Check out all of the videos on my channel. Again, check out My Medic on their website. Thanks, My Medic, for sending this out. Appreciate it. Link is down below, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.